The Hand used to come out every few weeks, but they recently took on more full-time journalists and switched to a daily feed. Oh, sure, I'll just start writing a story about, let's see, memory loss, living in denial, daddy issues. I've got plenty of personal experience to draw on. The boyfriend, working hard to save the world, one story at a time. What's up? Toppling governments and exposing corporate conspiracies?
Well, all in a daze. How was,
Therapy? Therapeutic, I guess.
You guess.
I know he means well, but not in the mood for more psychotherapy. I wish he'd leave the psychotherapy for later, but I know he means well. Dr. Roman is really good, I don't know if it's helping. I don't remember anything.
But it's getting easier.
Easier? Sure. And sooner or later, I will remember some things. Everything. So what are you working on now?
A couple of things. The clampdown, mostly. There's tons of buzz about the syndicate shutting down parts of the metro, escalating identity checks, raiding news feeds. We're expecting the worst.
You're loving it.
I wouldn't say that, but it's exciting. We can make a difference.
I pray they try to raid a Hand.
Sully's already preparing the lawsuits.
We'll sue them for emotional trauma, unlawful intrusion, damages to property, interference with the free press. We'll sue them for 300 million yuan.
He's looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to it. Bring it on.
On your way to the lab?
Ready to get rid of me already? I bring lunch. Cheese soup, the usual.
I forgive you. You can stay as long as you don't talk to me. I need to finish this story.
The clampdown.
No, that new Bingo Dreamer soft drink. Apparently they fast-tracked EFSA approval and skipped a few steps. Some customers have reported seeing the Bingo Dingo after drinking a can. We'll probably get it pulled from vending machines.
That's my boyfriend, getting fizzy drinks yanked from store shelves.
I'm a modern-day Gilgamesh, saving the world from hallucinogenic sugar water. Thanks for lunch. I appreciate it. I guess I'm making dinner.
You guessed correctly, Ziamal. Oh, I won't be home until later. I'm volunteering.
Any special requests?
Nothing heavy. Have the membranes been repaired?
I queried the building net, but no reply. Prepare for the worst.
I can't believe we don't live in a climate-controlled apartment. As soon as I get a raise, we're moving.
I don't want to leave Propast.
No, I like the neighborhood. But a more modern building would be nice. No more sunny living at Sonnenschein Plaza by Original Consumer Goods. Anyway, lunch. Here, I have to run.
Have fun at the lab. Say hi to Wallflower.
Ada. Ada! Come on! She's the best! She's fun! Once you get to know her.
Fun.
She's so smart and a really nice person.
Right. A nice person.
Yeah, that's right. Nice. And I'm going to invite her over soon. And you will be nice, and it will be nice, and we will have fun. Reza has a great friend and an amazing editor in Sully, and I wouldn't have lasted a month without his shoulder to cry on. Sully's the best.
Hey, my favorite manic pixie dream girl.
Sully is the sweetest. I know he likes me, but he tries so hard to keep it light and friendly. I love him. Yeah, fuck you too. You look awful, by the way. What happened?
A wedding.
Finally. Who's the lucky girl?
You know I only have eyes for you. Dump that deadbeat boyfriend of yours and let's catch the first train to Copenhagen.
I'm trying to slowly poison him with my home cooking. I'll give it a few months. How was the wedding?
Awful. I feel like shit. It was a Polish wedding. A Polish wedding with an unlimited supply of Polish vodka.
Oh, that does sound awful.
I take it you haven't been to a Polish wedding. It was fantastic. It was a disaster. It was all things, good and bad. And once the bride and groom stopped screaming at each other, it was incredibly romantic. I'm man enough to admit that I wept. Openly. How was Trieste?
Really good. I mean, it's Trieste. It's not the Gold Coast. But it was nice to get out of the city. Did you know there's an actual sun up there?
Urban myth. The sun is a lie. I don't believe it for a second. Besides, my skin would probably turn to ashes if it's exposed to UV rays.
You're a child of Propas, Sully.
Constantinople. But close enough. I don't expect an islander to understand European geography.
Born in India, spent half my life in Africa, but hey, who's keeping track?
Talk like an islander, live behind islander walls, deal with islander shame. That's what I say.
Everyone's talking about the clampdowns today. If anyone knows what's going on, it's Sully. He prides himself on staying on top of the news cycle. What's going on with these eye clampdowns everyone's on about?
Jesus wept those baton heads. It's insidious is what it is. A little bit here, a little bit there, and soon Propast is a bucking gulag.
But why are they doing it?
Who knows? It's the syndicate. They don't need something as banal as reasons. They want people off the streets and hooked up to their dream machines.
You think that has something to do with it?
Yes, no, maybe. Mouser rules, and those dream machines are a license to print it. It would be naive to think they're completely unconnected. Watiko holds a lot of sway over the syndicate. But we're going to find out for sure. Your boy toy there, once he's looked into the Phantom Bingo Dingo, will be taking point. This story is going to make a lot of people very angry. And that will make Sully very, very happy.
Won't they just shut you down?
Let them try. We have the future on our side. And once I win my Pulitzer, I'll whisk you away to a better life.
Copenhagen, right?
That's just for the marriage license. We'll go to Overview in Dacia and live like savages on the beach.
Sounds good. I'll get back to you once I've taken care of you-know-who.
I heard that.
Which part?
All the parts.
Meh. You'll still eat my food, even if it is poisoned.
Food is food.
I've distracted you two enough. When are you coming by for dinner, Sully?
When is your man cooking dinner next?
Cruel but fair. We'll have you over soon. Maybe we'll even find you a dinner date.
Next to you, no woman measures up, but beggars, choosers. Take care, Zoe. Stop by anytime.
Are you busy?
Busy, but never too busy for you. What's on your mind?
Sully makes a lot of jokes about liking me. I know he's lonely. He had a bad breakup, and I'm not sure he's even tried to look for anyone in the... Sully makes a lot of jokes about liking me. I know he's lonely. He had a bad breakup, and I'm not sure he's even tried to look for anyone in the last year. So are you seeing anyone yet, Sully?
Seeing anyone? I see people every day. I'm surrounded by them. I have no need to see more people.
This is why you're not seeing anyone. You're a closed book.
And a weighty, dusty one, written in longhand in a long dead tongue by an inebriated monk. In other words, a bucking masterpiece.
I've heard enough. Friday, you're coming over for dinner. I'm inviting Adala.
No. No.
Fuck your no.
Fuck my no? Fuck your fuck to my no.
Sully, we can do this forever. Or I can just tell Ada you're coming, and then you'd be a real ussy if you didn't show. Friday night, bring wine.
I'll bring vodka. I'll need vodka. Copious amounts of vodka.
Bring whatever you want, as long as you bring your gut with you.
Kiss my gut.
What's that?
Nothing. Friday, dinner, vodka. My long, slow, agonizing death by oafishness.
Sully doesn't seem worried that the Eye or the authorities will shut down the hand that feeds, even though they keep poking a sleeping bear with a stick. So you don't think they'll just shut you down once you publish your story?
What, the Eye? Parliament, Europolice, Watikop, the Syndicate, Mr. London and the criminal underworld. Dieter Gross and the coalition of pasty white males, Kaiser Constantine and his European Dawn goons. Pick your poison. They all want us dead and gone. But the Hand has been around for a decade, and it'll be around for a decade from now. If I'm shut down, others will take over. The Hand has a life of its own, and it's ferocious.
Isn't this different, though? I can't remember things being this bad before.
Everyone thinks now is different, but it's not. Now is the same as before, same as how it will be. Corporations rule, governments are corrupt, crooked politicians rise to power, and organized crime feeds off them all like tapeworms. When we have this conversation in 20 years, you'll understand what I mean.
I've seen change. I remember the collapse, how that affected everything and everyone.
Before the collapse, things were the same as they are now. It changed things then, and for a little while, but gravity reasserted itself. The Bok sank once more to the bottom.
Did I ever tell you you're such a sunny, positive guy, Sully?
I am a positive guy. Positive about the realities of life. I adjust my expectations accordingly. And I'm rarely disappointed.
Sully and Reza have been friends for as long as I can recall. I hope me coming here hasn't gotten in the way of their friendship. How is Reza doing?
That pale, skinny, good-for-nothing Colo of yours. One morning you'll wake up and realize what you're missing out on.
When that happens, I'll come running.
And he would come running after you. He loves you, that dully.
He'd better. We've had our ups and downs.
You're worried you've stolen him away from me?
No, not that. But, yeah.
Zoe, look, I joke around a lot. But here's the thing. Before you came, Reza was buried in his work. He was obsessed with it. It was doing bad things to his reporting. A good journalist knows the importance of distance. You give him that. And perspective, too. He is more well-adjusted now. I can finally enjoy his company. So you did us both a favor, really.
I'm glad to hear you feel that way.
Still, the man is a warm-douching trauma. You'd be better off with a realist like me.
Oh, I know. Sully mentioned he went to a wedding this weekend. I wonder how that turned out. He only got divorced last year. Whose wedding were you attending?
Some old uni friends with whom I used to ingest copious amounts of vodka. We celebrated our reunion by ingesting copious amounts of vodka. By the end of the evening, the bride and groom weren't quite clear on who had married whom.
Did you end up with one of the bridesmaids?
I ended up with the best man.
Oh, interesting.
Sharing not a bed, but a bottle. Though I do recall telling him I loved him at some point. The bridesmaids, alas, were all engaged.
They were all getting married?
They were all otherwise engaged.
Oh? Oh, right. I still don't know why the corporate police would be harassing Nella. Sully probably knows more about what the Eye is up to than most people. The Eye was bothering my friend Nella this morning.
The Marx is with the food cart. I like her. She has fire. Yes, they have been going after a lot of political activists lately.
Why? The Eye serves the syndicate, not the government.
The lines are blurring. The corps have representation in parliament and in every major political party. They're basically running the show. But I think what the Eye is up to has less to do with politics in general and more to do with control. The corporations want passive consumers. They don't want activism or political upheaval. They don't want anything to change. Change is bad for business. So they're trying to quell discontent, silence the opposition. It's just business. And business as usual. But it does feel like there's something more to it this time around. Maybe it's the elections, maybe something else. We'll keep digging until we strike oil, or unleash the bats of hell.
It's always... I should get going, Sully.
How was work?
Yeah, good. It's great working with Ada. Adala. My project head? She's unbelievably smart. She just needs to get out more.
No.
No?
No.
Yeah, all right. But anyway, I'm enjoying myself. I'm glad I decided to continue my coursework. I wasn't so sure a month ago.
You'll be able to pick and choose between jobs when you're done. The Corps are always hungry for bioengineers.
This is true. See you Friday, yeah?
You're an enjoyable distraction, Miss Castillo.
So are you, Sully. We've had our ups and downs, Reza and I. Things are going. They're going. We'll find out where soon enough. It's been a tough transition for the both of us. Relocating to Propass, sharing a home, global conspiracies and comas. Lesser boyfriends would have bailed. Rez?
Just a sec. Hey, what's up?
What was Reza working on again? A story about hallucinogenic substances in bingo soft drinks. This does not sound terribly important. How's that story going?
You mean the story I told you about less than 5 minutes ago?
Just checking in.
It's going well, but it feels a bit inconsequential in the light of everything else that's happening.
Hey, come on. A soda that makes you see cartoon animals? That's big, man. Children could be drinking that.
Of course someone needs to write the piece, but that someone could be anyone. Like Sophia, she's the newbie.
And now you're doing it, and you'll do it well. There's no such thing as a worthless story. You told me that.
I lied. Of course there is, but... yeah... no, not this one. You're right, I shouldn't complain. It's not a sexy story, but it is important.
That's my boy. We had such a lovely time in Trieste. Never mind the shitty hotel, the synthetic beaches, the awful food. It was just good with some time away. It's the first time since I moved here, the first time since we got back together. It was important. To us, to our relationship. Do you miss Trieste yet?
What? The 5-star hotel? The sandy beaches and the gourmet buffet? You know you're in Italy when you're eating fake pasta made from processed American corn.
I guess not.
I'm just joking, babe. It wasn't about any of those things. It was nice being away with you.
It's not like we can afford anything fancier.
And we don't need it. It was great. Really. I got to see the sun and you in a bikini.
And I got to see you in a black t-shirt and jeans, hiding out in the shade with a book. It was pretty awesome.
Next time, I promise we'll rent an island in the Philippines.
You don't have to promise that. But since you did, I'll hold you to it forever. I know Reza's been spending a lot less time with Sully since I moved here. I hope I haven't gotten in the way of their best friendship. How's Sully?
Good. Yeah, great. Right? I think he's doing good. I don't know.
Of course you don't. What do you guys talk about?
Work? Politics? Corporations? The syndicate? The Eye? Kaiser Constantine? Football?
Liar. Work stuff. That's all you talk about when you're out drinking.
Well, hasn't been much of that lately. Out drinking.
I know. Because of us. Because of me.
What? No, of course not. And I mean... Sure, we used to go out all the time, but that's because neither of us had a life. And Sully wasn't doing too well after the divorce. He's happy I have better things to do now than go out, get drunk, and have loud arguments about socioeconomics. He has better things to do as well.
Like what? Like work?
Work, okay, yes. But Sully lives for work.
I'm not sure that's healthy. But it's not my business. As long as you don't feel I'm getting in the way.
Hanging out with me was Sully's excuse to not hang out with anyone else. This way, sooner or later, he'll have to find a substitute. Hopefully one he can mate with.
Sure. But still, you guys should hang out on your own soon. No, actually, not soon. Tomorrow. Tomorrow, you're taking Sully out, and I'm finally going to unpack and get organised.
Sure.
Affirmative.
All right. I'll ask Sully.
I'm sure I told Reza I'm volunteering tonight, but I'll remind him just in case, because I don't think I did. Did I? I told you I'm volunteering tonight.
You did not. And I'm not sure politics is something you should worry your pretty little head about, sweetheart.
Jesus, don't do that voice again. Psycho doesn't suit you.
I guess there's a reason I'm scribbling and not a stand-up comedian.
You'd guess right. Scribbling? I'll never get used to Europolis slang.
Don't be a dully Minette. You go on and hang with your sozy Intello clique tonight. I'll be a stay-at-home Minette cooking your booth.
Pretty good. Or should that be lekker, super bon? Also, don't do that again. Really creeps me out.
Tamam.
I didn't check with Reza if he was happy with my choice of lunch. This could have major consequences. Lunch is the most important meal. Food okay?
The food? Oh, food. Yeah, I haven't started eating yet, but, cheese soup? My favourite. Can't go wrong with cheese soup. I'll get to it in a minute. I just have to finish up this section.
Reza promised to make dinner tonight. This is usually a cause for celebration. And not just because I'm lazy and prefer to sit on the couch while my man toils away in the kitchen. What's for dinner?
Really? This is what you interrupt me for? To ask about dinner? What's for dinner is surprise, is what?
That's not food. That's not even English. I thought you said you were a journalist.
A scribbling, they call it here in Europolis. When in Rome, Zoe.
Rome was never part of Europolis, smart-ass. Rome's the capital of the Imperium. Says so on all the signs pointing to there.
Now who's the smart-ass? FYI, Rome's just a ceremonial seat of the Imperium. Barcelona is the political capital. Learn to read the signs properly.
I should get going. I shouldn't keep Ada waiting at the lab. She's always so patient, but I feel awful when I'm late.
Hey, don't look at me. I'm not keeping you.
I know, or me. Bye. Rez?
What's going on?
I really should get going. I have things to do, places to be, and Reza seems impatient to get back to work. I should get going. I really should get to work.
You really, really should.